It is 5:30 on Sunday, the 16th of March, and the Moocall's gone off. We're just getting up and signaled high activity, so I'm going to go down and check Lana. It's really dark, but it is so foggy out and really damp. So let's see what we've got. We got a woodcock. Gonna leave the bag there of goodies. Let's see. That woodcock's really close. Oh, come on. How you doing, Lana, love? How you doing, darlings? Okay, we got time. Looks like she's just starting. All right. Good girl, Lana, love. All right, we're gonna get situated and we'll be back real soon, okay, sweetheart? You're doing great. It's about 45 minutes later. Fortunately, the cows are all still calm. Birth sac showing, she's really restless. So, yeah. I gotta turn on a light and see what we're seeing here. And I got two sacks. Hey, Lana loves. How you doing, baby? We should start seeing hooves. Hey, darlings. Alright, I've been redistributing the hay that was in here. She'd managed to thrash it around, and we don't want this baby born in manure. That is wild. I don't know if you can see that. That's wild. Just the morning light showing through that sack. Crazy. I'm gonna go ahead and take that Moocall off. It's a little bit damper and breezier down here than I'd really like. It's about 42, but it's a damp, chilly temperature. You're such a good girl, Lana. You're doing great, sweetie. Lana and I have a complicated history. When she was a calf and a first calf heifer, pregnant, she'd run a mile to get away from me, even just looking at her across the farmyard. And she was just wilder than wild. We were really wondering what sort of cow she'd make. I was the one who found her when she'd miscarried her twins. And ever since then, and the care I showed her and what we had to do to work her through that, she's been my cow ever since. So she is easily one of my favorite of all the cows I've ever known. She's such a sweetheart. I really like to see hooves showing soon. I'm still nervous about her giving birth this morning. I won't be calm until the calf is out because of her misadventure earlier in the week. So that rolling over and everything could have twisted the calf bed. It could have rotated the calf upside down. We don't know. Calf could be dead in there. We don't know. So till I see hooves and a live calf, I'm going to be concerned. What's going on there, Lons? Yeah, you can talk to your baby. That's a good idea. Tell him to come out. Tell her to come out. Okay, she just stood up and burst her amniotic sac. And there were hooves, but I didn't get to see which way they're sticking out. So she's obviously not ready just yet. I brought the birth kit back. Heck of a lot of fluid in here. What do you think, Libby, or Lana? What do you think, Lana, love? Come on, Lottie love, milking! Get up, darling! Lottie! Come on, love! All right, that's a hoof. It looks like it's in the right presentation, which is excellent. Well, it's almost 2 hours since we got the first alert, and that's usually the cycle of the Moocall. We took the Moocall off. I'm only seeing one hoof. Oh, wait, she's gonna lay down. So let's see what we got. It's a big hoof. So move. Oh, there's a second hoof. Good. All right, so less concerned. We got two hooves. They appear to be crisscrossed. She's starting to give birth. All right. All right, I gotta intervene. Good girl, Lana, love. All right, baby. Baby looks alive, which is good. Let's not break the baby. Come on, little track. Oh, good girl, Lana. Okay. Shoulders out. Oh, what a beautiful baby. Come on. Good girl, Lana. Hips are out. Come on, lick your baby. All right, come on. Come on, little kid. Ah, damn it. It's a bull. It's a bull. A live Guernsey bull, Jersey Cross bull. We were hoping for a heifer. Apparently the Guernsey seed we used wasn't sexed. Even if it is, there's still a % chance. Healthy little monster. I'm gonna go get her a bucket of hot water while she cleans baby. Hot water tap. Every farm should have one. Give her a bucket of electrolytes. Helps the volume of water. Helps replace the volume of the lost calf, so there's less chance of a stomach torsion or uterus torsion. It helps fill the void. And the electrolytes just give her a boost. And the warm water is just good because I guess it's warm. Warm water just means they drink it better. Flopsy baby. Feisty little bull calf. I gotta get him out of that slimy puddle. Get his umbilical dipped. freshly minted little moo. She's making some ungodly sounds, like a drain pipe draining. All right, well, we got twins, and this one is backwards and upside down. Yeah, twins was not expected from AI, so he's a big calf too. So we don't know what to expect with the second one. She seems to be have twinning in her. Her first calves that were aborted, were miscarried, were twin bulls. So, okay, what you got here, darling? Hi, sweetheart. I know. You tell that baby to come out normal. Okay, darling. Okay, good girl, good girl. Good girl, Lana. Easy does it, Lana. Easy does it. I don't know. I've got, these could be normal front hooves or they could be rear hooves. I don't know what to tell. And I can't feel a head right here.
All right, so you take the milk up. I'll go lube up because I have smaller hands.
Yep. Easy does it, Lana. You stay there, darling. Oh, damn it. She stood up.
Hi, cutie.
That's the dirty towel. There's a clean, dry towel.
Good girl, Lana. Good girl, Lana. Look what you did. You rock cow.
Roly-poly calves.
Oh my god. That was terrifying.
I bet. Right here next to other little moo.
Hi there. Hi there. Okay. Okay. Have your choice of babies. Hi, sweetie. Welcome to the world. Thank you for not being dead. That's all you got, right?
Yeah.
No triplets.
She did not look that big.
No way. Cousins?
They're sisters, so yes,
They're
cousins.
Yeah. For an anthropologist, I'm terrible at familial. You're welcome. Yeah, when I got my hand in past, past.
I thought I was feeling a tail, but I just wasn't.
Well, at first I was like, is that an umbilical cord?
Yeah, that's.
And so I creeped up.
Yep. And I couldn't see a head. I couldn't find a head, but my hand was just too big to go further.
Yeah. Nettle's doing her weird leaning thing on Lottie.
She loves that.
Such a peculiar little cow.
Couple of big twin bull calves in that little cow. Who knows?
Well,
And the cow that rolled over and was cast.
But we have to remember though, they're also half Guernsey, so they're probably big because of the Guernsey
Because
genetics.
of Guernsey, yeah. So, dang, it would have been great to have twin heifers.
Don't make me cry. So I put the glove on, oiled up, slid in. The hooves were both coming out upside down, and they were kind of scissor crossed. So I've been reading so much about what to do with bad presentations. I was like, all right, so we need to make sure they're not really far apart. So I lined them up, and I know that the spine needed to be at 11 or 1 to her spine. So I slid my hand in, and it was just laying there limply. And then I found the tail. I'm like, all right, that's the back, and the back was totally lined up with her back. So I kind of shifted a little bit, so it was like this, and then she had this huge contraction, and she came out. Like, she went from being here, or he went from here to here, and then she calmed down, she started licking the other one, and so I'm feeling around, holding on so he doesn't slide back in, and then another huge contraction came, and the hips cleared, and then all of a sudden I got full on kicked in the chest. I'm like, not dead!
That's always a good sign, but bad feeling. Well, that's definitely a win for the Moocall, getting us out instead of lingering over coffee. So yeah, that's those. If we hadn't been there to assist on either of those calves, and she had tried to birth them naturally without assistance, I think one of them would be dead. They're two big bulls, and if we hadn't have known about that, her struggling to put out the first calf would have meant the second calf was in there for a lot longer with the birth water sac and everything. So this is the best possible result, and we will credit the Moocall for alerting us. That's why we got it. This is exactly, and Lana is the exact reason why we got it. Really happy with that. Just getting a second calf coat, a tube of the mineral and calcium paste that we give fresh cows, and a tube of the electrolyte anti-scour paste that we've been giving calves with pretty decent results. There may be a different one that we should investigate, but this one from our local dealer works pretty good. Well, it's gone 10 o'clock. We're just about to milk Lana, and hopefully she's got enough colostrum in her to feed both babies, or we'll have to thaw some frozen colostrum. This is beyond a good result. Twins are a pain, but she's healthy appearing. She seems healthy and alert and bright, and none the worse for A, having twins, but also B, almost dying of being cast the other day and having to be rolled over. So, way to go, Lana. Moo. So I'm on my midday rounds. I'm just checking. We're at 38 degrees. Everything seems to be working, and it's holding this morning's milk at right temperature in the bulk tank, which is excellent because we had to dump yesterday's first milking because it failed to turn on correctly, and we didn't catch it in time until the milk was too warm. So yeah, so this is holding. We've got the service guy hopefully coming tomorrow to look at it. Now I'm on my next round is to check the twins that were just born and check Lana to make sure she's okay. Okay, good girl, Lana. How you doing, darling? Uh-oh, baby. We got a baby, not... Are you dead? No. That baby should not be laying like that. What's the matter, little kid? Come on. Found him flat out. That's not a good position for a calf. So let's see here. Okay, come on. Come on, Shawnee. You need to go in the hut with Patty, huh? How you doing there, buddy? Yeah, that's not good. Do you want to go in there? Careful, little kids. The hut. Unfortunately, this hut is really slippery in there, and I don't know why. The other calves managed to do okay with it, but these guys are not. Their hooves aren't hardening quite like they should be. They only are a couple hours old, though, and they were twins, so I would like to see you both in the hut. Okay, I got them both back in the hut. I don't know how they managed to fit inside Lana, but they can't fit inside the hut together. Doesn't make sense, huh? What do you think there, kiddos? You stay cozy in there? Those guys are thriving. They're little monsters. It is a vastly different day today. Pouring rain, hammered rain all night. Everything's flooding. Thankfully, the cows are all in the barn this morning. But the rain's blown in, the floors are wet and gooey, and twins are good. That's why I'm down here checking them, especially Lana's good. Time for coffee, but gonna have to wait today out before I can clean this barn and get this changed out, because I don't think there's any way I can, well, I suppose I could lock the cows in the barn this morning. They're not going to have access to food. They're not going to want to go out till after milking anyway. Maybe I can get the skid steer and clean up some of the slop that's melted, because it looks to me like the ice and snow and stuff that was the underlayer on the ramp has all melted, and it's just a goo fest. So I'm gonna lock the cows in, and I can at least get some of this cleaned up, and then later I can, if they go out, I can figure a solution for the barn.
Come on, Patty, get back up. You can have the rest of your body. You just need to stand up again. Stop trying to pick my pockets. Hi, come on. There. Stand back up again. Yeah, you can have it if you stand up.
Up he gets.
There's a good Patty. There you go. Keep going. There we go. You're, ah! Nope, not there. There we go. Hey, who's chewing that?
I'm down here in the barn trying to tackle a project that I don't know what we did last year, which was our first year of using this calf pen setup and birthing pen. And somehow last year I got it right, and I can't get it right this year. So with the birth of the twins in here and the addition of a hut here, which we didn't use last year, in this pen, because by the time we had a single calf and then we added a friend to it, it was very warm. I think it was in May anyway, or April, because we used we'd switched, we had 6 calves in this pen. We switched the pen the calves are in now to a birthing pen, and we were using the middle pen as overflow, and we just managed to make all the gates work. And I don't understand why this year they don't fit right. I can't get this little gate to work, so I'm going to add a board onto this gate and hang a couple of pintle hinges on so that other gate can hinge better and just make life easier. It didn't cost but a couple bucks to get some screws and clamps and I had the pintle hinges. So I'm gonna go tackle that project. All right, that's got this gate fixed. A couple of pipe clamps, 1.25 in this case for 1.5 pipe to help hold it tight. Top and bottom on a 2x4. And then a couple of, Trixie, you helping? A couple of pintle hinges with the top one turned upside down so that the cows can't pop it off and let the calves out. That's always a nightmare. And then, so that means this is still a foldable pen. I can still fold it up out of the way, and then that gate can be swung back. So when we need to open this up, or for cleaning, I can clean this easily. And this is all make do temporary because this pen here really wants to be the same size as this one. And the middle, that would make the middle be a little deeper, and I could store hay bales at the back side so the cows can't get to them. And then we could still have a birthing pen, a calf pen, or a couple of hospital pens here. I'm not happy these cheap Tractor Supply gates are really too lightweight. They're already started to bend. The bottom, the top pintle hinge is on a slide. You can move it. You can relax the bolt. It's clamped and you can move it. But the bottom one is just welded on, and on both, I have 3 of these same gates that I got a year ago, and all 3 of those bottom hinge clamp things are toast where they're welded. I need to buy some of the clamp-on style and redo them. Cows, these gates are way too lightweight. These are more field gates, and they're not yard gates, as it were, which should have been a heavier duty, but you just can't buy them anymore like that. And I also, I have a love-hate relationship with these flat galvanized gates. These last forever. They're strong as hell, and the calves can't get their heads stuck through the bottom parts, whereas these other gates, unless you put a piece of mesh in there, or buy the ones with mesh that are very much twice the price, the calves can stick their heads in and out, which I'm always nervous that they're going to get stuck and get cast and die, because we've had that happen in the past. So anyway, this at least makes this part of the barn functional. I think after this winter and the wind we had, this so-called Yorkshire boarding, or this gapped pattern, doesn't work for this location. It lets too much snow in the barn and rain from the backside. So what I might do is, there's enough depth here, certainly on these flat walls, I'm just going to run a second piece on the inside and offset it so that there's no straight, so there's still air movement through the walls, because that's the one reason I did the gapped walls, is I didn't want it to stay damp on a hot day. With the air movement, this place dries out really fast. So, and also the barn isn't finished, so that side gets that wall I won't do, because it gets a building put on the outside, which will render that weatherproof. And this side gets another barn, so this wall really will be weatherproof. It's mainly just the back wall, I think, that I should double up. And then also, this opening here gets covered when we add on the new barn. Out there, it has a covered roof going over it. And so it's really just this one entryway, which we've left open, but I'm going to probably lower it 4 feet, because I don't need the height necessarily. I still have to figure out going in and out with the skid steer, but that's 13 feet high, and it only needs to be 8 feet high. So I've got some room there to cut that down. And then this barn, when it's finished, will be enclosed, and so we still want air movement, but I don't want weather coming in that back wall. So it's working for now, and hopefully later this year, because we're only going to have 11 calves possible this summer. Although now that Nettle's bred, we're basically, from now on, we're going to have a calf a month throughout the rest of the year into next year, because by the time we breed the heifers, 6 of them. That's 16 calves we'll have next year. And this isn't going to cut it. I mean, that pen could have handled a 4th calf. We've had as many as 6 in there, but just for a couple weeks, and it was chaos and not healthy for our humans as well as the calves. It made it awful wet in a hurry. So we moved them to the bigger pen, but that makes this barn too crowded. So we're going to have a calf barn. It has to happen this year. So that's, and I'm thinking a shipping container, and just make some accommodations in the shipping container. If it's 40 feet long, this barn is, it's 30 feet right there. So we'd actually have another 10 feet. They're only 8 feet wide, but I think we can make that work, because initially these guys should all be in individual pens or group pens too, until they're about 4 or 5 weeks old. Until they're less size, and then they could go into a bigger group pen. Anyway, we can make a shipping container work for that. And then that just frees up this barn. And that's the other reason why these gates can all be swung out of the way and moved and hinged or just lifted right out. So configurability was key. Out in the morning, walking the dog and looking over things. Looks like we managed to survive the 2 inches of rain yesterday and all of the snow melt. I think there might be a small pile of snow left from clearing the drive, but the one at the entry to the field is gone, which means when this dries up, I have some field work to do. I've got to collect, there's a pile of logs up there and some debris in the field that I want to clean. I gotta go around and tighten all the fences. This fence was put up last spring, and it definitely needs tightened. The other fence hasn't been tightened for a couple years. Every winter the posts loosen, and like I can see that corner post is starting to lean in because it was just a quickie. It should actually have more bracing on it, but this is just for the calves, so I'm not too worried about pressure on the lines. With the big field, I can definitely see the fence needs tightened. So that's going to be probably not this week, but I definitely have to put it on the schedule for next week, because we're second half of March. Really need to get the cows out by April. Hopefully the grass grows by then. There was a little hopeful sign of green out there the last sunny day, but we ended last year in a drought, and that field was overgrazed and did not ever grow. I overseeded everything, all my hay fields, all this field, and it rained the week after we overseeded, but it was barely enough to get anything off the ground. In December, when I checked the fields, there was a little bit of grass growth, just tiny in the grooves that the cedar made. So it'll be interesting to see if any of that survived or if I made a huge gamble and lost. And I don't think I'm going to get manure spread this spring, but I definitely have to get urea sown out there on the silage fields before May. So I'm gonna put out as many applications as I can. So I'll probably put out I still haven't calculated out how much I wanted. I think I'm only gonna be able to get 3 cuts even as early as I go, so I need to break down the total requirement. I'm pretty sure the soil test showed that in order to produce the silage we need for the soil conditions in most of my fields, I need to put about 120 pounds of nitrogen out. So I want to break that into 3 applications. But anyway, that's all stuff I've got to plan for, and I've got to figure out how to afford it. So that's always a challenge.